This program is designed to provide general information with regards to the subject matters covered. This information is given with the understanding that neither the hosts, guests, sponsors, or station are engaged in rendering any specific and personal, medical, financial, legal, counseling, professional service, or any advice. You should seek the services of competent professionals before applying or trying any suggested ideas.
Books, PD products, science, fashion, and glam talk. From Bollywood to Hollywood, it's Meet and Greet with Dr. Afshan Hashmi. Every Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Right here on K4HD Radio and Talk4 TV. And here's your host, international speaker, educator, award-winning entrepreneur, and best-selling author, Dr. Afshan Hashmi.
Hello, viewers around the globe, live from K4HD Radio plus Talk4 TV studio in Ohio. This is Dr. Afshan Hashmi, your loving host for this show with Meet and Greet with Dr. Afshan Hashmi. And today, friends, I will be talking about some stress related things and how to cope up with the stress, and then there will be some information from FDA's consumer update and what is the impact of Hollywood on coronavirus. But before doing that, let me remind you that these are my two books. The first one is the Modern Mughal Mentality, New Strategies to Succeed in India and the Global Marketplace. This is a business book, and when this book came, there was a lot of studies going on in Harvard and Stanford about Jugaad, the Indian buzzword. And I conceptualized Jugaad as thinking outside the box. This book is in case study format, and I have also devised a new business model which is called Jugaad Management Principle Business Model. And if you employ these strategies in your business, you will be very successful. And this both books were Amazon bestsellers. The second one, The Outbreak of a Monstrous Infection. When this book came in 2019, there was no trace of coronavirus, and in a very unique story, I have told bioterrorism and what harm virus can do when it spreads in the human population. And both books are available in Kindle, in Nook, and in paperback as well as in audiobooks. So if and I would love you to buy these books and give me an honest review. And like the selling of these books is what makes me money. So please help me in that endeavor. Having said that, now I will play a film to give request for sponsorships. Roxy, can you please play the film? Hello, viewers around the globe. This is Dr. Afshan Hashmi, live from Maryland, and it's an outdoor location. And I just wanted to say that this is K4HD radio as well as Talk 4 TV, and I am live here and at an outdoor location. And I just wanted to say that I need sponsorships for this show to go on, and for that, please contact me at afshan@drafshanhashmi.com. And also, I want to say that this show is the number one online radio as well as Talk for TV, and it is syndicated worldwide. So please give me sponsorship, and you will become very popular if you give me sponsorship, and you will get lot of promotion when you come on this network. Having said that, friends, cheers and bye bye. And now, friends, let me read with some information from Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Coping with stress. And this is the information. If you like this information, or if you don't understand anything, go to the CDC website and you will get it there. Coping with stress. The COVID-19 pandemic has had a major effect on our lives. Many of us are facing challenges that can be stressful, overwhelming, and cause strong emotions in adults and children. Public health actions such as social distancing are necessary to reduce the spread of COVID-19, but they can make us feel isolated and lonely and can increase stress and anxiety. Learning to cope with stress in a healthy way will make you the people you care about and those around you become more resilient. Stress can cause the following: COVID-19 difficulty concentrating and making decisions, difficulty sleeping or nightmares, physical reactions such as headache, body pains, stomach problems, and skin rashes, worsening of chronic health problems, worsening of mental health conditions, increased use of tobacco, alcohol, and other substances. It is natural to feel stress, anxiety, grief, and worry during the COVID-19 pandemic. And here are some ways for yourself and others in your community to manage stress. Healthy ways to cope with stress. Take breaks from watching, reading, or listening to news stories, including those on social media. It's good to be informed, but hearing about the pandemic constantly can be upsetting. Consider limiting news to just a couple times a day and disconnecting from phone, TV, and computer screens for a while. Take care of your body. Take deep breaths, stretch or meditate. Try to eat healthy, well balanced meals. Exercise regularly. Get plenty of sleep. Avoid excessive alcohol, tobacco, and substance use. Continue with routine preventive measures such as vaccinations, cancer screenings, etc., as recommended by your healthcare provider. Get vaccinated with the COVID-19 vaccine when available. Make time to unwind. Try to do some other activities you enjoy. Connect with others. Talk with people you trust about your concerns and how you are feeling. Connect with your community or faith-based organization. While social distancing measures are in place, try connecting online through social media or by phone or mail. Help others cope. Take care of yourself can better equip you to take care of others during times of social distancing. It is especially important to stay connected with your friends and family. Helping others cope with stress through phone calls or video chats can help you and your loved ones feel less lonely or isolated. Mental health and crisis resources and social support system services. If you are struggling to cope, there are many ways to get help. Call your healthcare provider if stress gets in the way of your daily activities for several days in a row. During times of extreme stress, people may have thoughts of suicide. Suicide is preventable and help is available. More about the risk of suicide, signs to watch for, and how to respond if you notice these signs in yourself or a friend or a loved one can be found on the CDC website. Free and confidential crisis resources can help you or loved ones connect with a skilled trained counselor in your area. And this is what the information from CDC. And now I will read some information from FDA. And here is the consumer update from FDA's website. So if you don't understand anything, please go to the FDA website and you can download this information. Fragrances in cosmetics. Many products we use every day contain fragrances. Some of these products are regulated as cosmetics by FDA. Some belong to other product categories and are regulated differently depending on how the product is intended to be used. Here is the information about fragrances that people often ask about. How to know if a fragrance product is regulated as a cosmetic. If a product is intended to be applied to a person's body to make the person more attractive, it's a cosmetic under the law. Here are some examples of fragrance products that are regulated as cosmetics: perfume, cologne, aftershave. Fragrance ingredients are also commonly used in other products such as shampoos, shower gels, shaving creams, and body lotion. Even some products labeled unscented may contain fragrance ingredients. This is because the manufacturer may add just enough fragrance to mask the unpleasant smell of other ingredients without giving the product a noticeable noticeable scent. Some fragrance products that are applied to the body are intended for therapeutic uses such as treating or preventing disease or affecting the structure or function of the body. Products intended for this type of use are treated as drugs under the law or sometimes as both cosmetics and drugs. Here are some examples of labeling statement that will cause a product containing fragrances to be treated as a drug: easing muscle aches, soothing headaches, helping people sleep, treating colic. Many other products that may contain fragrance ingredients but are not applied to the body are regulated by the Consumer Product Safety Commission. Here are some examples: laundry detergents, fabric softeners, dryer sheets, room fresheners, carpet fresheners. Statements on labels, marketing claims, consumer expectation, and even some ingredients may determine a product's intended use. To learn more about the differences, including the different requirements, see, is it a cosmetic or drug or both, or is it a soap? Essential oils and aromatherapy. There is no regulatory definition for essential oils, although people commonly use the term to refer to certain oils extracted from plants. The law treats ingredients from plants the same as those from any other source. For example, essential oils are commonly used in so called aromatherapy products. If an aromatherapy product is intended to treat or prevent disease or to affect the structure or function of the body, it's a drug. To learn more, see aromatherapy. Similarly, a massage oil intended to lubricate the skin is a cosmetic. But if claims are made that a massage oil relieves aches or relaxes muscles apart from the action of the massage itself, it's a drug or possibly both a cosmetic and a drug. Safety requirements: fragrant ingredients in cosmetics must meet the same requirements for safety as other cosmetic ingredients. The law does not require FDA approval before they go on the market, but they must be safe for consumers. When they are used according to labeled instructions or as people customarily use them, companies and individuals who manufacture or market cosmetics have a legal responsibility for ensuring that their products are safe and properly labeled. To learn more, see FDA authority over cosmetics. Labeling of fragrance ingredients. If a cosmetic is marketed on a retail basis to consumers, such as in stores, on the internet, or person to person, it must have a list of ingredients. In most cases, each ingredient must be listed individually, but under US regulations, fragrance and flavor ingredients can be listed simply as fragrance or flavor. Here's why FDA requires the list of ingredients under the Fair Packaging and Labeling Act. This law is not allowed to be used to force a company to tell trade secrets. Fragrance and flavor formulas are complex mixtures of many different natural and synthetic chemical ingredients, and they are the kinds of cosmetic compounds that are most likely to be trade secrets. To learn more, see the regulation on cosmetic ingredient labeling, which addresses trade secrets, and the FPLA, and that is Fair Packaging and Labeling Act. Fragrance allergies and sensitivity. Some individuals may be allergic or sensitive to certain ingredients in cosmetics, food, or other products. Even if those ingredients are safe for most people, some components of fragrance formulas may have a potential to cause allergic reactions or sensitivities for some people. FDA does not have the same legal authority to require allergen labeling for cosmetics as for food. So, if you are concerned about fragrance sensitivities, you may want to choose products that are fragrance free and check the ingredient list carefully. If consumers have questions, they may choose to contact the manufacturer directly. Phthalates as fragrance ingredient. Phthalates are a group of chemicals used in hundreds of products. The phthalate commonly used in fragrance products is diethyl phthalate or DEP. DEP does not pose known risk for human health as it is currently used in cosmetics and fragrances. To learn more, see highlights and cosmetic products. So this was information from FDA and I downloaded it from FDA website. So if you don't understand anything or you want to know more about it, go to the FDA website and you can download this. So this is the information. Now friends, I will go on a break, and after I come back from the break, I will be talking about the impact of coronavirus on Hollywood.
Would you love exposure for your business, product, or service to over 300 million potential listeners? Send an email to info@talkformmedia.com. And now let's hear from some of our sponsors.
Chapter 2: How Jugaad Leads to Multi-Sector Success Stories in India, including definitions of the Jugaad Management Principle business model. Of the book The Modern Mughal Mentality: New Strategies to Succeed in India and the Global Marketplace. Inspiration: True Jugaad is an inspiration on how to create products using technology that meet the price-value equation. According to a Harvard Business Review article featuring expert Prahlad and Mashelkar, most innovation programs are built on the assumptions of affluence and abundance. We see the rich and the young in both the developed and the developing countries demanding environmental friendly products and services. They also believe that affordability and sustainability are crucial to driving successful business today. New technologies and radical business models are important not only to penetrate mass markets in India but in the entire world. By reconfiguring all areas of the business structure, they will pull.
A monstrous infection is spreading worldwide. OMG, is this a simple infection or a deliberate attempt to ruin the human population? Or maybe it's bioterrorism. What is this global infection and who is spreading it? Help us find out. Go to Amazon and search for The Outbreak of a Monstrous Infection. The human race needs your help to make this go viral. Go to Amazon.com and read The Outbreak of a Monstrous Infection to find out what happens next. Go now! The world is depending on you.
And now, back to Dr. Afshan Hashmi's radio show.
So now there is this report from World Economic Forum, and it says, can there be a fairy tale ending for Hollywood after COVID-19? This is a very interesting report, and so I thought I will read about it in this program, and it is by Stephen Hall and Sylvia Pasquini. COVID-19 has upended the global film industry, halting film production and closing cinemas. Even before the pandemic, however, streaming video on demand was having a huge impact on the industry. The pandemic is accelerating the ongoing transformation in movie production, distribution, and consumption. Movies are a massive value creator. Global box office revenues totaled $42 billion last year, an all-time high, contributing almost one-third of the estimated $136 billion in the value of worldwide movie production. And this report is of 23rd July 2020. Hollywood supports more than 2 million jobs and 400,000 American businesses. British film and TV are worth around £60 million each day to the UK economy. Countries like China are taking bold steps to grow creative output too. The coronavirus pandemic has upended the content pipeline, halting film production and closing cinemas. Normality should resume. Production has restarted in some countries, and the industry has adopted remote work protocols where possible. But the virus creates uncertainty, and the biggest short term risk seems to be consumers' dwindling confidence in physical venues. Even before COVID 19, however, the film industry was experiencing significant change. Present disruptions only accelerate a transformation well underway in movie production, distribution, and consumption. The transformation of the global film industry. First, there is a secular decline in attendance, except for China, where audiences grow over 860% from 2009 to 2019. Most major markets are in retreat. In North America, the number of tickets sold has barely changed since 1995, while in the UK admissions have hovered around 170 million per year since 2005. In both places, population increases mean yearly per capita admissions have in fact decreased. Even in India, a production powerhouse, per capita cinema admissions from 2009 to 2018 fell 32%. This is likely not attributable to the moving going experience. Most operators have invested in theaters, upgrading audio visual technology, making seats more comfortable, and introducing consumer friendly subscription offers like A List, Movie Pass, and Cinemia. In India specifically, demand is believed to be strong, but the country suffers from a relative dearth of screens. The problem we have in India is a constraint on the supply side of new cinemas, as there is a huge demand for theaters which are able to offer a wide range of bespoke experiences to those looking for great value, family and corporate entertainment, explains Siddharth Jain, director of Inox Group, one of India's top multiplex groups. Venue operators are also challenged by shrinking theoretical window. The amount of time studios show movies exclusively in theaters before releasing them for sale, download, or streaming. Since the turn of the century, the theoretical window has narrowed by more than 2 months. This change reflects consumer preferences for content consumption, which increasingly favor streaming video on demand (SVOD). Many SVOD services are now owned or invested in by movie studios, which mitigates incentives to maintain a long theoretical window and intensifies an increasingly competitive streaming environment. This has led studios to prioritize releases on their own services, leading to a reduction in films shown in theaters. According to analyst Matthew Ball, 15 years ago, the Big Six studios Warner Brothers, Walt Disney, 20th Century Fox, Paramount, Sony, and Universal released 20 to 25 major films. By 2019, some were releasing as few as 9. Well funded SVOD providers with significant content budgets are shifting the power balance. Netflix, Amazon, and others acquire movies made outside the big six studios, releasing them directly to consumers and further limiting the pool of movies available to brick and mortar distributors. The apparent depletion of choice in theaters, in contrast to the wealth of content available via SVOD services, is expected to compound downward pressure on admissions, even as some are bullish about the prospects of cinema. Content creators go direct to digital, they cut out the potential box office collections and satellite rights as a massive source of revenue generation for the producers. In addition, film stars were made for the big screen experience is where they want their movies to be shown, argues Inox Group's Jail. What's ahead for the industry? The industry is in the cusp of the biggest shift in the history of Hollywood. First, the business model is moving from third-party distribution and single-ticket sales towards own distribution and recurring revenue. This is seen by investments in SOVD services, where a single movie or TV series is a rarely profit driver, rather recurring subscription, and in some cases, advertising revenue produce value. So this is the report, and I got it from World Economic Forum from the internet. And now, friends, I will go on a break and will be back soon.
Would you love exposure for your business, product, or service to over 300 million potential listeners? Send an email to info@talkformedia.com. And now let's hear from some of our sponsors.
A monstrous infection is spreading worldwide. Oh my God, is this a simple infection or a deliberate attempt to ruin the human population? Or maybe it's bioterrorism. What is this global infection and who is spreading it? Help us find out. Go to Amazon and search for the outbreak of a monstrous infection. The human race needs your help to make this go viral. Go to Amazon.com and read The Outbreak of a Monstrous Infection to find out what happens next. Go now. The world is depending on you.
The Outbreak of a Monstrous Infection, Chapter 1, 1964 to 2018, and this is the sample track, and it is read by Dr. Afshan Hashmi. In a sprawling bungalow in Potomac, Maryland, USA, lived Dr. Honey Singh, a board-certified internal medicine and family practice physician, along with his beautiful wife, Baby Singh. Baby Singh was a fashionista and was funding women's causes through her Honey Bay Foundation. She had a ladies' book club by the name of Baby's Glam and Glitzy Club, which had many glam and glitzy ladies who were professionals living in Washington, D.C., Potomac, Maryland, Virginia, and even Beverly Hills, California, as well as elites from all of America meeting at her place on the last Wednesday of every month, discussing various aspects of charities they wanted her and Dr. Honey to fund. In this club, there was a wide spectrum of career women. There were doctors, lawyers, actresses, business owners, and models, to name a few. In these book club meetings, members would come prepared after reading a book of a famous woman author, and that author was even invited from any part of the world to give her presentation, followed by a Q&A in this prestigious and elite gathering.
And now, back to Dr. Afshan Hashmi's radio show.
In pandemic these days, many people are having depression symptoms, and I want to add a disclaimer here that I am a PhD doctor and I am not a MD. So whatever information I am giving, that it is for information purposes only, and if you have any of these symptoms, please go to your healthcare provider. And now, friends, this is a book, How Psychology Works, and I really like this book. And from here I will read about depression, and here it is. Depression. What is it? The symptoms of depression can include continuous low mood or sadness, having low self-esteem, feeling hopeless and helpless, being tearful, feeling guilt-ridden, and being irritable and intolerant of others. A person with depression is unmotivated and uninterested, finds it difficult to make decisions, and takes no enjoyment from life. As a result, the individual may avoid the social events that they usually enjoy, thus missing out on social interactions, which can cause a vivacious cycle which sees them spiraling further downward. Depression can make it difficult for a person to concentrate, and remember things. In extreme cases, the sense of hopelessness may lead to thoughts of self harm or even suicide. Many internal and external factors, such as childhood experiences and life events, physical illness, or injury, can cause depression. It can be mild, moderate, or severe and is extremely common. According to the World Health Organization, more than 350 million people suffer from it globally. How is it diagnosed? A doctor can diagnose by asking the person questions about their particular symptoms. One objective is to find out how long the symptoms have been going on. The doctor may also suggest blood tests to rule out any other illness that may have caused the symptoms of depression. Subsequent treatment depends on the severity of the depression, but the main option is to undergo psychotherapy. Antidepressants may be offered to help the person cope with everyday life. For mild to moderate depression, exercise can be helpful. In severe cases, hospital admission or medication or psychotic symptoms may be needed. So this was little bit about depression, and this is the book, and I just like the book, so I thought that, and the information in it, so I thought I will share it with you guys. And now I will be reading from another book which I like, and this is the book, and it says The Relationship Fix by Dr. Jen Mann. And it says 10 reasons why you think you are fighting. Working with couples in my private practice and call in advice, radio and television shows, I have noticed that certain issues come up over and over again. And while these issues may be real, they are superficial, not the core reasons that couples fight. Money. Statistically speaking, money conflicts are one of the biggest bingers of doom in a relationship. According to a Utah State University study by Jeffrey Drew, couples who reported disagreeing about their finances once a week were over 30% more likely to get divorced than those who reported disagreeing about money matters a few times a month. A neutral mediator, such as a financial expert, an accountant, a business manager, or if that is not financially possible, a jointly created budget that both parties agree upon can go a long way towards keeping the peace. Household chores. A Pew Research poll found that 62% of men and women report that sharing household chores is very important to martial success. While all the studies show that men are doing more household chores than ever before, they are still way behind women in their contribution to housekeeping. In a Chicago Sloan study of working families called the 500 Family Study, it was found that men did 33% of the household tasks compared to 67% of those tasks being performed by women. The way couples negotiate the division of household chores in the first 2 years of marriage is particularly important because this usually establishes a pattern that persists over time and can lead to increased conflict. The importance of an equitable division of household chores goes up exponentially after children arrive, which is when partners, especially women, become more resentful of the burden of housekeeping falling disproportionately on their shoulders. Parenting. According to data from Relationship Research Institute of Seattle, about two-thirds of the couple see the quality of their relationship drop within 3 years after the birth of a child. So these are some more factors here, and it shows in-laws, jealousy, leisure, appearance, sex, drinking or using, social media, so these are some factors, and I was reading from this book. I'm not promoting or anything this book. I just like this book, so I want to dispense some information from this book. And friends, now I will be just signing off, and I just want to remind you that please go and buy my two books. And these are my two books, and these both were Amazon bestsellers. So please go and buy these books and give me an honest review. And also, if you like this show, then please give me sponsorship for if you want these shows to continue. Having said that, friends, cheers and bye bye.
You've been listening to Meet and Greet with Dr. Afshan Hashmi on K4HD Radio and Talk4 TV. Tune in live right here every Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Would you love exposure to your business, product, or service to over 300 million potential listeners? Send an email to info@talk4media.com. And remember, if you missed any part of this show or want to hear it again, find our featured show on iHeartRadio or YouTube, where all past episodes are available on demand 24/7. See you next Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on K4HD and Talk4 TV.